Morning traders, and this is your JSE top 40 or the Aussie day trader setup for today. Okay, so we ended up with a fairly strong daily bar which opened on its low and closed on its high. That's a fairly bullish signal, and you can see I've had to put the lines in because we've got incorrect data here. So it seems like my broker basically tidies it up every morning, but at this stage, that's what we're looking at. You can see yesterday's bar has been cleaned up, and that's what we ended up with. So not yesterday, but Friday's bar. So at this stage, we are we've closed the gap. We'll look at it now, but I think that gap is closed. Question is this an exhaustion bar to that level, or is this a turn? Okay, difficult to actually ascertain at this stage, but we do have quite a bit of resistance to the left here. Now let's just start going down to the levels and we'll pick it up from there. So if we look at the 3 hour, the trend has changed. So we've broken out, we came back, tested the trend break, and now we've got the confirmation. We do have these 200 moving averages in front of us, but big warning bell here is this. So look at my oscillators, group to the upside, grouping to the upside. This is a massive warning bell at the moment. So the gap did close. We've got another gap just above it. There we go, which lines up with the 200 EMA. That is looking to me like an area for a short. Okay, only reason being, look at my oscillators. When they group the upside, I'm coming up to a level, which is a gap. There's also some inside tails here. Okay, and it's also 200 EMA. So that is looking fairly interesting for me in any way for a short entry. If I look at the hour, you see there's my incorrect data, but look at the hour. We've also grouped to the upside here. Okay, so that is my view at the moment. We do have a breakthrough of the 1 hour 200 EMAs and the 1 hour 200 SMA, but we need a level, and we're not quite at a level yet. This is not a level, this is just the high. Okay, my level is up here. So even if we look to the left, you can see there's my gap. I suppose we are at a level on the hour. Yeah, we are. Okay, so let's draw it in. So there's my inside tail, there's my inside tail. And you can see it was used support, used as resistance here. So that's definitely a level, but I suspect this level higher up is what we're aiming for. Okay, just want to, no, we won't be at a Fibonacci level, so let's not do that. Drop down to the 30. And you can see that the closing range strategy would have worked out quite nicely. Okay, there's my closing range. Where's my Fibonacci there? There's my closing range. And if we drop to a much lower time frame, and I'll zoom in here. So we're on the 6 minutes at the moment. There's the bottom of the range. And there is the top of the range. Ever so slightly out. Okay, so there's the top of the range there. There's the bottom of the range there. You can see we pulled back pretty much down to the level. So we have a level here that we tagged. So we pretty much opened on that level and rallied. Okay, so what you're looking for then is first pullback. It was a 1 bar pullback, and then we rallied off that. Okay, so you can see my range target pretty much up here, and that's exactly where we got to before going sideways and then hitting the next range target. We didn't quite get to We did. We got to 261. There it is there. Okay. So I think for today, that's kind of the view that I've got right now. Let's just draw that in. But it's so small. Sorry guys, just want to measure this out. Oh, it's 114 points, not even worth the effort. So I think for me, not interested in getting on the long at the moment. I think it's a little bit exhausted, but we'll definitely look at 56.30 for a retracement of sorts. Whether it's a complete retracement, in other words, it's a higher time frame retracement, or whether it's just a consolidation to come and test another break and then another move long. That we can't really ascertain at this stage, but I think definitely looking at some kind of a little bit of one more push up if I look at the oscillators, and then some form of consolidation or a pullback. If I look at everything at the moment, Hang Seng is pretty flat, so Asia's fairly flat at the moment. The Nasdaq yesterday was down 2%, 10 cents down 1.7% at the moment, and Rand dollar 14.45 fairly flat. So I suspect that we're going to get a move to the downside today. And where we're going to go to is another story. So I'm going to sit this one out, I think, for me. It does look like a move to the downside, but looking what happened on the US markets yesterday, I think we could be building some structure here. So I think I'm going to stay out of this until we get another opportunity. Just one last thing that I just want to double check on. That breaks through that level. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of me at the moment. Not looking very convincing either way. I would take a stab at a short up here. I think 56.32 is an area that I'd take a stab at a short, and probably look for a 300 point stop loss. So that's kind of what I would be looking at. Just have a 300 point stop loss, take a short at this level, and then let's see where that goes to. But not filled with much conviction for a long or a short at the moment. I don't see any structure apart from when I get like this, drawing lines everywhere, trying to find structure, it's always a sign to stay out of this. Okay, anyway, so I think I'd be looking at a short at this gap close here, 300 point stop loss, a smallish position, see if it gets going. If it does get going and pulls back and we make a new sort of a lower high, and then I'll add to that position and move my stop down. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment. I think that's the trade that I need to play, is look for the short in this area. Okay. Other than that, not really interested in the long. This thing's looking way too tired for me to go long at the moment. So closing range strategy will also work out. If it does break to the upside, it's a 100 point break to the upside, which would probably not going to give us much. So that would take us to the underside of the gap, which, as you know, is also a level. So there are my two levels, 1, 2. And 3 is pretty much where we are now. Okay, those are my 3 levels. I'm expecting somewhere in this area that I'll be able to get in short. Okay, so that's my play for today. Not 100% convinced with it, so whatever you do, just keep that stop really tight. I'm not going to chase this long because there's a good chance getting burnt, especially when you're at this kind of level. Your stop's going to have to be down here. And that's, a stop down here is 1,000 points. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope that helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.